What is going on, you guys? It is your boy Cyrus Obsidian here at Obsidian Games, here to bring you a long-awaited Local Diaries. Let's dive right in. So, life events have happened over the past weeks, so it's been a little hard to go to locals, but today we are back and with a new deck nonetheless, ready to hop out of the virtual reality, put the fire hydrants away, and stop swinging into action as we go into Vanquish some souls. So we are playing Vanquish Soul today. I just picked up the deck. It isn't fully complete, but we're going to play it as it is. So let me show you the deck profile, and then we'll head on over to locals. Let me show you the profile that we are working with today. So this will be my first take at playing Vanquish Soul ever outside of Master Duel. So things are going to look a little funny, as I did work on building this deck with a friend. And so with his considerations in mind and some of my wackiness, this is what we're playing. We are playing 3 copies of Vanquish Soul Razin, just because Razin is our main starter with the deck, with 2 copies of Mad Love and 1 Pantera. So I feel, any Vanquish Soul deck you look at, this will be pretty standard for the level 4s. You don't want to see Pantera, as Pantera isn't as useful in going first, whereas Razin and Mad Love are. But it is still a useful card to have in your arsenal, per se. And then following up with the bigger Vanquish Souls, we are playing 2 copies of Zhao Long with 2 copies of Heavy Border, let me just move down here, and 2 copies of Caesar Valius. So this might look where it is a little weird. We're playing 2, 2, and 2. You might see most people play 1 Valius with 3 Border, or even 3 Zhao Long, 3 Border, 1 Valius. With my build, I feel like Valius at 2 is necessary, because you want to see the earths in your hand a lot more for what I try to accomplish, but we're also wanting to keep a good balance of engine, non-engine, and just kind of supporting cast, as I like to call it, for this deck. So that's it for the Vanquish Soul monster lineup, which I think, in my opinion, is pretty good. And then we followed up with their spells and traps, which we are playing 3 copies of Stake Your Soul, the best card for the deck, along with 1 Dust Devil, 1 Continue, and 1 Snow Devil. So I know most people don't play the Dust Devil because Dust Devil is just kind of meh. I like it for later games, being able to just flip stuff face down. It kind of gets rid of some removal threats, and playing it in Master Duel has been really good, especially since Snake Eye has made its appearance in Master Duel. Granted, it's not full power since Bonfire and SP Little Knight aren't there, but it is still, in my opinion, just a really good card to play. And then, Snow Devil, just being able to burn, blow up the board, really good. And then the rest is all non-engine. So we are playing, for search cards, we are playing 3 copies of Small World, since everything in this deck is a bridge, which is insane. 1 Reinforcement of the Army with 1 Infernoble Arms Durandal. So these are our searchers. Going first, Rhoda's great. Going first as well, Durandal can be great. Going second, though, Durandal is really great. Just being able to equip your opponent's monster and just get your search that way. Small World, like I said, is a bridge to everything and anything in this deck, as you are playing multiple different attributes, so everything is live. You just have to have a big enough brain to see the lines. And then 1 surprise card is Max Change 2. This was a tech option that my friend was coming up with, which I think is really funny, and it actually works out really well. It is just a 1 of, so if you draw it, you draw it. If you don't, you don't. You're chilling either way. And then onto the supporting cast of the deck, we are playing 3 copies of Kashtira Fenrir with 1 copy of Rise Heart, which is really great, being able to get earth and fire in your hand, whatever you need based off the attributes. And then this is where things get a little funky. We are playing 3 copies of Sword Soul Strategist Long Yuan, because we are playing some synchro lines in this, which is really funny. We are also playing 3 copies of Dimension Shifter, because Dimension Shifter can win games, with 3 copies of Ash and 3 copies of Ghost Spell in the main. So Ghost Spell is one that can be sided out depending on your locals. Ghost Spell can be hit or miss with the meta, but I think having it as an attribute wise is really good, It also can be replaced by Pinker Tops and Called By if you're wanting to do it that way. But that's it for our supporting cast. Onto our extra deck. It does look a little wonky. We are playing 1 Mud Dragon in the Swamp with 1 Master Darklaw, 1 BRRRR, and 1 Guilty Deerfried. Super Poly targets. We are playing Super Poly inside. We'll see how well Super Poly does at today's locals, whether we play it or not. This is just kind of like an experimental option to play that I'm testing out. Then our synchro lines, we are playing 1 Evil Long Yuan, 1 Chengying with 1 Baron. So synchro 10s, obviously because of the Long Yuan. Since Jiao Long and both Long Yuan are both worms, you're able to use those to discard to get into either one of these. You know, since we do play D-Shifter, if your opponent like is whack and they play through D-Shifter, you know, Chengying's gonna be pretty big. Long Yuan's what I typically go for just to kind of burn my opponent. You know, they go special summon monster, we go Long Yuan, burn, banish it. Go spell or trap, we go again, burn, banish. So burn damage adds up. Then for Xyz, we are playing 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Baguska, because both of these are just really great in tandem. 1 Battling Boxer King Dempsey with 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal and 1 Superstar Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis. So I doubt there's going to be ever a need for me to summon Typhon, but it is there just in case I need it. My extra deck also is not complete, so we are missing just 2 cards, which would be 2 more Rocks of the Vanquisher, which we're kind of subbing with Dark and Nightmare Phoenix, for the time being at least. Also, Battling Boxer King Dempsey is a floater as well. I'd rather have Rocks. I'm still waiting for my Rocks to come in the mail, but I am too impatient and I want to play this deck as it is, so we'll see how well we do it there. And then for our side deck, again, this can vary based on your meta, but I think these are really good options to play inside in, which is 3 copies of Nibiru with 3 copies of DD Crow and 3 copies of Droll Knockbird. So Droll moving out of the main into the side I think is really key, because Fire King is able to play around it, Snake Eye is able to play around it really well. One better than the other, of course, but I feel like, you know, it's not main board worthy anymore. If that's taking over your locals, then cool, side it. If it's not taking over your locals and your local still is like a rogue search heavy, then Droll's your guy. And then, like I said, we are playing Super Poly in the side along with Evenly Matched. Just because my locals has been saturated with Fire King, Snake Eye. You know, these don't do as much anymore as they used to. So this is just kind of like, we'll see how well it works today. Again, this is also YCS weekend, so there might not be a whole lot of people, but we're gonna see anyways, just to see where it gets us. So that is my Vanquish Soul deck profile that we are going to be playing at locals. And honestly, I am excited to play this. I've been playing it in Master Duel, and it is just super fun. I love the deck, so we'll see how we can do today. So let's hope that we can vanquish some souls and take a win today at locals. All right, you guys, so here we are at our local spot, which we haven't been to in a long time, Duke City Games here in ABQ. So as you can hear, round 2 is starting, and guess what? We got a bye because there's 11 players. So round 1, I'm a little disappointed in myself. I thought this deck was solid, I had built it well, and we were able to acquire 2 Rocks to borrow. So we're able to, you know, finish the deck the way that I want to play it. So we are playing 3 Rocks in the extra deck rather than the cards that I put in there. Kind of wish I had still had them. But anyways, moving on to round 1, we play against Mikanko, and we've played against Mikanko before, and we've been able to, we know how the deck functions. But my starting hand was triple Small World with 2. I honestly don't even remember what was in my hand. It was bad. It was down bad. No Razin, no nothing to really like help solidify. We ended up taking a loss in game 1. Game 2, we were able to just establish, take the game, and we were able to super poly for a win, which was nice. And then game 3, I had him in life points, but he was able to go towards battle, was able to inflict damage as, you know, they do, and we end up taking the loss. Sad. But it is what it is. We are learning, you know, testing. We don't always get the best hands when we actually play. Every Yu-Gi-Oh player knows that, so we just kind of deal with it and move on. So we'll see what round 3 and 4 happens, as there are 11, so we are only playing 4 rounds tonight, and we'll see where we go. So stay tuned. Okay, so round 3, we play against Sky Striker, and I don't know how I really feel about that one. We ended up losing. He just swept me. It was rough. Game 2, I did not draw into any normal summon monster. I had hand traps, threw nothing, and so he was able to just linkage smack me. Game 1 was a lot of back and forth, but I could not burn him. So close to burning him for game. But he ended up winning. So round 4 just got announced. Let's see, where we at? So at table 4. So we'll head on over to table 4 again and see where we can end up being. Woohoo! So the first time we actually play against Labyrinth and we take a win. So round 4 we play against Labyrinth, and honestly, going into the matchup, I was a little worried because we have a very good streak of losing to Labyrinth regardless of what we're playing. So game 1, he won the die roll, so he sets up for his board first, and we're able to push through with Stake Your Soul, Small World, doing all the little combo lines. We had Ghost Bell. Ghost Bell is just MVP tonight, and we were able to take control of the tempo, and we were able to swing for game. Or did we burn him? I can't remember. But we won game 1. We burned him. That's what we did. Game 2, he went first again. He was able to set up the board again. Ghost Bell coming in clutch. We were able to push through, break his board, and we were doing some burn damage. We had him down to 38. That's when things started to swing back in his favor, and he was able to put some pressure on me, but we were able to play a little smart, bait some things out, and we were able to secure the win with Caesar Valius swinging for game. So we ended up going 2-2 tonight. 1-2, we disregard the bye. So honestly, not a bad showcasing for Vanquish Soul. There are some things that I do want to change to make it a little bit better for our next showcasing, and that's mainly the extra deck. Super Poly really did not do much tonight, even though tonight was a lot of rogue decks. It still just did not do enough for what I wanted. Evenly matched was the same in the lab matchup. It definitely would have come in, but I think we're going to go for Cosmic Cyclones and some other various cards to help push us a little bit. So we'll see where we are in standings. I think it'll go to top 4 tonight, and I don't think we quite made it. So unfortunate, but we'll see. So as you can see, I barely missed it. We are 6th place there. We ended up taking 6 points tonight. Just barely missed the cut, which is a shame, but we did take the loss. So overall, Vanquish Soul, I think, is a really great rogue option for the format. We were playing against a lot of rogue decks. The Conco definitely caught me off guard, and just, I don't know why. I never saw Ash today. Ash would have been really nice to have seen, but where were you, Ash? Where were you? I also think Called By would be a good one to main deck again. I still think Snow Devil is good to have, but I might pull out Snow Devil, or not Dust Devil, not Snow Devil. Snow Devil is one we want to keep. Dust Devil, it came up once, really good, but otherwise, like, always Snow Devil. Side options, I think low-key thinking about putting the Bystials back with Phantasme. So Magnuma to search out the Phantasme, since we are going to be heading into a format of link summoning, and so that's going to come really handy. So dropping Super Polys, all the Super Poly targets, and upping the extra deck more to be a link-based is something that I'm considering. But that is really it. I loved the Long Yuan plays. It was kind of funny being able to go secret summoning, as well as being able to just do a lot of good plays. So that's it for this Local Diaries, everyone. It's great to be back. It's great to be playing. And as you noticed, we did do a slight wardrobe change. Didn't want to be wearing a polo to an event. So that is it. Remember to like, subscribe, keep on coming back. Vanquish will be finished. I did pull, in my OTS, I did pull Harpy's Feather Duster, which is pretty dope. So we got an ulti duster. I was hoping for rock, but we'll take the duster. We'll take the duster. And we'll pass it over to you guys. Catch you in the next one.